Kargil War start hela kotu, I mean trigger kotu heitila, and then how India reacted.
So there is an unsaid rule between India and Pakistan setole thila ebe mu janni. So during that time, during winters, during peak winters, 16,000 17,000 feet above jo sobu post achi, we vacate it. That is called winter vacated posts. तो सेही सब पोस्ट से सेमाने भी छाड़ दियंतु आउ आमे भी बाहरी जाऊ. So that is how an unsaid rule कि भाई तुम भी नहीं जाओ हम भी नहीं जाओ, because it is acute winters, peak winters. Life at that point is -30 degree, -40 degree. Survival is very difficult. तो during 99 आमे vacate कर देथलु. But what happened during May? So Pakistani army as militants, they infiltrated से possible, and they wanted to occupy the posts which were vacant, armor post which were vacant. So जो local shepherds से मैंने चौरोया पे जाऊतले in the Kargil battalic sector, तो से मैंने देखिले कि ये कौन जा रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. Then they informed, and then the entire progress happened कि कौन पाए ऊंची. So it is depicted in Shersha movie also, and it is shown in Lakshya movie also कि ये कहाँ से आया और सेटा कौन हला को पटे से मैंने इन्फ्लिक्टेड कर ले कौन पाए कर ले.
तो से मैंने इंडिया रा पोस्ट को बेसिकली मैंने
कैप्चर करिया पाए. So it is not just India post, it was a post of strategic importance, because what happens at 16,000 18,000 feet is you get a direct access to the highways. So they wanted to cut off India and Kashmir indirectly कि से माने जो गोटे आमर हाईवे अछि ताकू भांगी देबे किंबा ताकू डायरेक्ट एक्सेस नहीं जिबे. सो देयर वुड बी नो मूवमेंट ऑफ मैन व्हीकल किछि मूवमेंट रहि
सप्लाइज वगैरह जाय परिबो
किछि जाय परिबोनी. सो दैट पॉइंट वुड हैव बीन कट ऑफ. से माने टॉप रे रहिले दे विल गेट एन एडवांटेज. हां, सो दैट वाज देयर मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव कि से माने सेटा कैप्चर कर देबे टाइगर हिल की 0.4875 की 0.5041. सो ताकू कैप्चर कर देले त we are at superior position, so we will do whatever we want. So that was the idea of them doing all of that capture.
Then तापरे Indian army केमती respond कला दागो.
So Indian army was like, we are always prepared. Op preparedness हमारा always था. We have a special team in every unit which is the Ghatak platoon, and we also have a high altitude warfare school in Sonmarg and Gulmarg who deal with high altitude training. So that is always there. Round the year हमारा training चलता है. So like we are blessed to be born in a country which produces such heroes who are 24/7 ready. तो जेमती हमको information मिलिला, so we did a recce. हमारा सेठी कार जो brigade थला, सेठी कार division थला, they did an initial recce.
Recce means the visit.
Recce is reconnaissance कि कौन अछि को लोक अछंती, what हथियार do they have, केते लोक अछंती. Accordingly we will send our team, केते लोक कर टीम पठेबा. So जेमती देखिले we could find out कि ये पॉइंट कैप्चर हुआ है, सही पॉइंट कैप्चर हला. Then so there is this concept of war room. So where senior officers sit, they make a plan कि को पटे assault करिया, को पटे हमें defend करिया, को पटे करिवा. जेमती लक्ष्य रे भी देखुथिबो कि they sit in a table, they sit in a closed room where which is top secret, and they plan the line of action. It is conveyed to the top officers also कि कौन करिवा, which is this if this decision is okay or not. And तापरे the decision is taken कि को दिन अटैक हबो, को दिन हमें मूवमेंट करिवा. That is all planned, and then the action is taken.
Definitely जेतबळे इन्फॉर्मेशन आसिला कि माने धीरे धीरे से माने कब्जा करछंती बा इन्फिल्ट्रेट करूछंती आम पोस्ट को. Then definitely war room हेथिबो तापरे. Then इंडिया को केते टाइम लागिला to get back to this?
See, I am not sure about the timeline, but जेपे information मिलला, we check the information of authentic अच्छी ना नहीं, then we react accordingly, because एमती बहुत information हमको मिले intelligence through रू कि raw through रू, which are true or which may not be true. But on the veracity of information we acted swiftly. Like I'm sure जितने swift ही पारे, because the units were moved at these different locations. जोठी जार यूनिट थिबार थिला तांको सेठी पठायला देन अ सब यूनिट लेवल रे भी डिस्कशन हला कि कोठी को पटे अल्फा कंपनी जीवो को पटे चार्ली कंपनी जीवो हेडक्वार्टर कंपनी कोठ रहइबो सो ऑल ऑफ दैट डिस्कशन वाज हैपनिंग एज द प्रोग्रेशन वाज देयर
ओके सो लोकेशन वाइज भी एंड इवेंट्स वाइज भी टिके बतेबे कि जेमती लोकेशन वाइज कि को पर्टिकुलर माने इंडिया पे कौन एडवांटेज थिला बा पाकिस्तान पे कौन एडवांटेज थिला लोकेशन वाइज एडवांटेजेस कौन थिला प्लस ता से तो विल गो इवेंट बाय इवेंट कि माने ओके फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मते कहि दंत कि केते दिन पाखा के चलथिला वार अराउंड आई थिंक मोस्टली
more than 2 months it started in May June July because we celebrate Vijay Diwas
July
on
26th
26th July तो May June July पाखापाखि माने 3 मास धर दियो
3 मास
2.5 3 months पाखापाखि चलछि
ओके सो इवेंट बाय इवेंट तो जीवा देन तापर बस मते जियोग्राफिकल एडवांटेजेस कोन दिला दी जणो पे
geographical advantage was with Pakistan because they were at the high altitude posts so when you are at a when you are at a altitude high when you gain altitude automatically you have the field of view tomorrow broaden he jaye अब amaro disadvantage thila that there was nothing on ground which we can take cover of जेमती बहुत जगह रे थिला पूरा barren थिला किछि cover न थिला so that was one disadvantage with us but the big advantage that Indian Army in general has that the morale was very high and the security feeling that पहले भी हुआ है अभी भी होगा that we have been undefeated and we will progress as undefeated that's the concept that we work in and we have trained we are being trained through our academy days ki the more you train in war the less you beat the more you train in field the less you bleed in the war तो से हिसाब रे हमें चलछु because our training is superior to all armies across the world तो से हिसाब रे that superiority feeling was always there that was a big advantage for us
okay so एते टाइम जाय चालिला जेंति कि इंडिया रो डिसएडवांटेज थिला कि से माने पीक रे थिले हम पाखरे कवर न थिला हमें हमको सेमति किछि बेसी एडवांटेज
that the disadvantage with us was that we did not know kette loko achanti what weapons do they have for that we did an extensive recce both thora recce kariya padla ki ko weapon achi tanko pakhare because then only we can know ki ko situation re achu ame kon amku darkar and what preparedness do we need to have so that was also there
okay then kisi specific events जोड़ा आपन को लागे कि दैट प्लेज अ मेजर फैक्टर कौन कौन इवेंट्स थिला इवेंट वाइज टिके जीवा
सो देयर वर 5 or 6 notable events which broadly define the Kargil War that we know it there is one everybody knows about Lieutenant Vikram Batra PVC तो तांकर .4875 he had already captured that so they had captured .4875 through cliff chop assault so there was a cliff which was almost unclimbable but they climbed and they did it
so say cliff ta actually
it was a 90 degree wall ha so Pakistan never expected कि इस wall से कभी कोई आ सकता है but because of our training because of our high morale because of the thing that हम कर सकते हैं we did that and we did that successfully .5140 or .5170 कोटा जो second थला that again was a difficult so what the points that we are talking about these are all heights these are all relative heights in meters when you convert it into feet it is all 16,000 above so at 16,000 above fighting or climbing itself is a very big task be it in a July month July 6th 7th रे हेतला सब किछि the major fights so even during July itself is very tough but we successfully did that. Tiger Hill is also one important aspect. Tiger Hill re amaro thile Grenadier Balwinder Singh. He did that. Grenadier Balwinder Singh Balwant Singh. He was only 19 years old. So he was the youngest in the entire
platoon.
In the platoon who did that and did that successfully.
Okay, then ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯେମିତି ନୋଟେବଲ୍ ଇଭେଣ୍ଟସ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଅଛି ତ ଫର୍ଷ୍ଟ ତ ଗୋଟେ ହେଇଗଲା ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ଦେଖିଛନ୍ତି ମୁଭିଜ୍ରେ ବି कि ଆମେ ସେ 90 डिग्री क्लिफटाକୁ କ୍ଲାଇମ୍ବ କଲେ ଦେନ୍ ତାପରେ we captured that point then ତାପରେ there was another highest point जोड़ाକୁ कैप्चर करागला so is there the 2 points जोड़ाକୁ कैप्चर कला पर the war is
so सेइथरे भी नहीं it is just one event out of the many events that were taking place in that war. Jemti Captain Anuj Nair was also there. He was part of the 5140 point. Seithre he was part of Charlie company of 13 Jackraff, and our Lieutenant Vikram Batra was Delta company commander of 13 Jackraff. So he did from one side and Vikram Batra did from the other side. So both of them, it is a matter of fact, it is a conglomeration. Sabu efforts joint hai ki. And
so hame conclude kemti kale ki the war is finally over.
So when we
mu gote reference de dochi as far as the basic audience knows ki ame dekhichon duita jaga movie re ame dekhichon ki duita point thila duita ame capture kare and then we won,
right? Nahi, so it is just one aspect jothra ame cover karlu. So there are different aspects also. There are different heroes of the war also who did other notable peaks and who did other jemti Tiger Hill achi jemti amara I need to check alga points bhi achi where other officers, other jawans also did acts of bravery and then we could capture those points.
So it's a combined operation.
Exactly, it's a combined effort, it's a combined operation. Jo bhi point hame capture kalo, we reported it to the headquarters, then we made sure कि अच्छा ये point अच्छी, we have recaptured them all. That is when it was declared that now the war is over. And when they retreated, when the Pakistani army retreated, then we got to know that we are in a good position and we are winning the war.
Okay, so मते exactly जाना नहीं. I think this is Kargil War. जो थे हम tanks रो भी बहुत किस्सा अच्छी कि एते हाइट जाए टैंक्स गुड़ा जाइथिला then the air force also played a very important role. Air force ro एते लोको सुनु नाती या विषय but air force had also declared an operation. तांका operation ना थिला Operation Shakti, if I am not wrong, but I'll check on that. Even they played, because operating at 16,000 feet for an aircraft is again a very difficult task. But they did that and they did that successfully.